Welcome back to the Talk at Elevation. My name's Addison Perry, and we're here today with Gage Smith, a Grangeville High School football player. Gage has quickly become one of Central Idaho's league's most dynamic athletes, earning Offensive Player of the Year in a standout season at quarterback. A tough two-way player, three-sport athlete, and dedicated student, Gage brings quite a confidence shaped by his small-town roots and strong work ethic. Today on the Talk at Elevation, we will sit down with Gage to hear about his journey, his love for football, and his goals that have driven him toward a state championship in future in college football. All right, Gage, so you were named Central Idaho's League Offensive Player of the Year. What does that honor mean to you personally and as a leader on your team?
It's quite a big accomplishment. I kind of got surprised by it, really, but just kind of shows how much people around me have put in to help me, and it's just been fun to finally see some accolades come with the work that I've put in, the work that other people have put in also. So it's
That's
just been
awesome.
fun to see it come to fruition. So
That's always the
yeah,
best when you don't expect it and then you're like completely surprised.
yes, definitely.
Well, congratulations on that. That's huge. That's yeah. Good job.
Thank you, thank you.
So you also put up 1,390 passing yards this year with 17 passing touchdowns plus strong rushing numbers. What part of the quarterback game do you feel you've improved the most this season?
Improved on mostly probably the running side of it. I wasn't real mobile the past couple of years, but I kind of worked on my speed, and it really came to life this year. And having some new concepts where it kind of let me spread my legs out and really kind of become a two-way threat on the offensive side. So that was kind of my biggest improvement.
That's awesome. Talking about that, you also play defensive end, correct?
Yes, yep.
Tell me a little bit about that and the difference in the two positions.
Uh, it's kind of defensive end is more of a physical side, and then quarterback kind of lets me think and more mentally. So I like playing defense just because it kind of gives me a time just to go. And while on the other side of the ball, quarterback, I have to think and more mentally. So it kind of gives me a break from all that and just lets me go, but while still being on the field. So
There
yeah,
you go. It's like two separate things. The whole mental side. It's like almost like you're playing golf, but
exactly. Yeah.
you said that. So you mentioned your quarterback left last year and you stepped into that role. What was the biggest challenge during that transition?
Probably just seeing all the new, seeing defenses throughout and just a lot of new sites and different situations that I wasn't in the previous years. So just experiencing all those new situations was a big jump through. But once the season went on and seeing all those, it kind of you just come more familiar to it
There
throughout
you
the
go.
season. That was the biggest jump through at the start. So
That's
yeah.
great. So you've been a full-time varsity player since your sophomore year. How has that early experience shaped your confidence in leadership now coming into your junior year?
Seeing the varsity leadership my sophomore year has kind of helped me to do what I should do and what I shouldn't do and what worked and what hasn't worked. So getting that experience sophomore year really helped this year and kind of carried through in my leadership aspect and just on the field, like the physicality differences and the speed differences. I got to see it last year, and then it helped. It wasn't as big as a surprise this year.
There you go. You kind of knew what you're going into. It's nice.
Exactly. Yeah.
So obviously, it takes a lot to be at the position you're at now. And I mean, you started playing football in fifth grade. What kept you motivated to stick with the sport all the years? Like, how did you defeat the burnout or, when things come up?
I just loved the technical side of football, and my coaches and my parents really helped me throughout and just got me in the weight room and got me to seeing all the technical sides of it, and it just kind of propelled me and kept driving me to see just learning about it more and what does this mean, what does that mean, and that really just kind of sparked a light for me and really kind of propelled me through the rough times and the times that we really aren't that excited about going. But
Right. And
yeah,
it's definitely two-way street with that.
yes,
Those
definitely,
early morning workouts and stuff, that takes a lot out of you.
yeah.
Especially, I mean, you're a three-sport athlete. You play track, basketball, football, all that stuff. How do those other sports kind of help you stay in shape and sharpen your skills for football?
Basketball definitely keeps you in shape, just the running aspect of it, and gives just the makes you look at it a different way. Like I'm more of a leader in football, but basketball, I'm more of a set, not as much of a leader. So it helps me see both sides of it, and then see it kind of makes me just a well-rounded athlete. So
Yeah, that's important too, especially for those two different sides of the sport that you're playing.
yes,
So, as someone who lives in a small town, we kind of talked previously about what you like to do for fun. I mean, you said you like fishing, hunting, skiing. How do those hobbies kind of keep you grounded when, all the hassle of sports are like constantly filling your mind?
Yeah, like after a loss or something, I always just go out fishing or go hunting and just kind of resets me and just see the wilderness. And that's the part that I really love about being in a small town is you can be so close to all those the like nature and stuff, and you can just go out when you're having a rough time or something, and it just kind of resets you. And yeah, that's the really big part of it.
So, living in that small town, I mean, small town sports are always, so important. It gives people things to do. How do you think that living in a small town has kind of made your love grow for football?
I just love the community support. Like on a Friday night, seeing how many people come out and how many people put aside their time to come out and watch this one team, and it just kind of gives a really big meeting place for everybody that they can all come together on one thing. If they disagree on others, they all agree on the Bulldogs, and that, like they want them to win.
There
So it
you
just
go.
kind of gives a big camaraderie throughout the whole entire community, not just our team or just the whole community. And I really like that part about it.
That's awesome. It's got to be so important to the students, the players, cheerleaders, everyone that's a part of that whole community.
Definitely, yeah. It's been fun to see everybody come together.
Is there any like specific homecoming Bulldog traditions that are kind of some of your favorites that you've caught throughout the years?
Um, Not nothing that really comes to mind. We don't really have any big rivalries. All of our league opponents are pretty far away, but uh, we have a pretty big homecoming, and that's always fun to see the spirit that comes out throughout the school and even the town, the community again. But just yeah, there's really not anything that stands out. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome. Small town is a small town, right?
exactly.
So you'd mentioned before your coach is always saying that you have to be a student to be an athlete. How do
Mhm.
you balance being such a good student while competing at this high level?
Luckily, I've never really struggled in school, so that's always been nice not to have to worry about that. But just getting everything in on time and just doing the work, just setting aside time for being an athlete and being a student has really helped, and not trying to do the two at the same time. Just doing it during separate times has really helped, and not worried about school while you're on the field is a big part of it, which is what I try not to do.
There you
But
go. Maybe
yeah,
some younger athletes watching right now, what kind of advice would you give them to maintaining that student athlete, role?
just get your stuff done early. Don't procrastinate. I've procrastinated before, and it always comes back to bite you in the butt. But
That is so
just
true.
get it done while it's easy, while it's there. So
Good advice. Good advice. I should use that too.
I'm
um,
still trying.
so, as a junior with your sights set on winning a state championship next year, what do you think your team needs to reach that goal for next season?
Whew. Probably just coming together and be more focused throughout the middle of the season. We kind of struggled throughout the middle of the season this year, but just having that goal always in mind throughout the off season and keeping it in mind throughout like the weight room, the like off season workouts, everything. Just have that one goal, and like you just can't never forget that. That's the biggest thing.
So, that team perspective, what do you have personally that you want to work on next season?
Probably my footwork. That was my biggest struggle this year. Is I just the footwork side of it, not getting my feet set when I should, and that's going to be my biggest emphasis this year in my workouts and
There you
training.
go.
Yeah,
So, are you focused? So, is your goal to kind of play both offense, defense the rest of your career? Or do you kind of have more of a favorite?
I would prefer playing offense really, but it's a pretty weird combination to play at the next level. I haven't ever heard of a defensive end and a quarterback,
That
but
definitely sets you apart from people.
yeah, it'd be. I like both of them a lot and the different things that both of them bring. So whatever opportunity comes up, I'd be willing to take. So.
There you go. All right, and then last question for you, Gage. How do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as the person that was always like there for somebody when they needed it, and the guy that's always just has a smile on his face throughout the community, and just a big impact on the field, but also off the field is the biggest thing. Is not just the players that remember me or the coaches, but the community members and like the little kids on the like at Friday night. I want them to remember me and say, "Oh, that's Gage." Like that's what like how he used to be the quarterback. I want to try to model him, and I just want to build a relationship with our community members and the kids that are going to come up and be playing on the field that I play on right now.
That's awesome. I guarantee they look up to you.
I hope so.
All right, well, that wraps up today's conversation on the Talk at Elevation. Gage Smith's drive, versatility, and small town grit makes his future incredibly bright on and off the field. Gage, thanks so much again for joining us, and we can't wait to see what you accomplish next.